It's crazy how I'm already done with my first semester as a college freshman. There have been some tough times, but I got through them. Over the past semester, I learned a lot about the composition of writing. This class has taught me different ways on how to think and a lot about the use of rhetoric. Having writing the text and action paper, it taught me a lot about how to think. Usually when I would write a paper, I would be given an outline and what I should specifically put in the essay. With the text and action paper, I got to choose what I put in my essay and when I wanted to say it. Also in the past, when I would write a paper, it would most likely be over a book or some other type of writing. But with the text and action, I got to write about any text I wanted to. For this, I chose to write about a documentary that I saw on Netflix. Choosing something that I was interested in to write about made the paper more fun to write. While doing this paper, I learned a lot about how to properly format a paper. In high school, the only thing that we had to write in our paper was our name, our essay, and then our works cited. I learned that there are a lot more things that can go into an essay. One of those things is an abstract. Before this class, I had no idea what an abstract was, and now I've had to write one for more than one class. I also learned that in a lot of papers, there are key words at the beginning to inform the reader of some words to look out when reading. While writing this paper, I learned a lot more about ethos, pathos, and logos. Before, I knew what they were, but now I know how to write them. Learning how to write these rhetorical devices helped me improve as a writer. I have noticed in my work throughout the year that my writing skills have gotten better now that I know how to properly include ethos, pathos, and logos in my writing. When we were first introduced to the essay, I was not a fan of it. After learning more about the research essay, I got a little more interested in it, but not a lot. I'm not a person that gets excited about writing, and having to write a research paper did not excite me. Having the steps throughout the research process helped a lot. I thought we were just going to have to write the essay all at once, but having the steps helped me because if we didn't have them, I don't think I would have the motivation to do and finish the paper. Having to pitch our idea and then finding the sources for it helped a lot. As I was looking for sources, I changed my idea many times until I came up with one that I liked. Once I found an idea that I liked, I looked up sources that were just for that idea. While writing this paper, we had to read issue 3 of Understanding Rhetoric, a Graphic Guide to Writing. Reading this section helped me find the audience I wanted to write for my research essay. This issue taught me that when writing anything, you have to make sure that you're writing to an audience. In the past, I would just write to write and not pay attention to the audience. Now when I write, I make sure that I'm writing to an audience. What I also learned from reading Understanding Rhetoric, a Graphic Guide to Writing, is how to make a good argument. In high school, I only wrote 1 or 2 argumented essays, and they weren't good. After reading issue 4, I understood more of what goes into an argument and then used what I learned to help me write my research essay. One thing that I have been doing more this year is having others look over my work. In the past, I didn't like people looking at my work because I was insecure, but now I have someone look over everything that I write. I do this because after reading issue 5, I realized that it's a good thing to have people check your work. When doing this, you can get other people's perspectives that you might have not thought of, and they can check for any mistakes that you missed. Writing my research essay took a lot of time to do, so when it came time to make my recast, I wanted to do something that took less time. Talking to my peers in class and in my small group helped me decide what I wanted to do with my recast. I decided to make a brochure because you can add pictures and choose what you want to put in it. My recast was easy to do and I loved the way it came out. After taking this course, I learned a lot about how I like to learn. Having the small groups and discussions in class really helped me decide what I wanted to do on all the topics and all the projects that we had in class. Bouncing my ideas off of others and having them share their opinions helped me get my final ideas on each project. Overall, this class helped me with becoming a better student and a better writer.